Hi everyone! I'm testing out a new mic thing that I downloaded yesterday. So if it's too much, I'll go back to my old mic, but I'm curious to know how y'all feel about this one. So please do let me know. I am good. I'm kind of just hanging out. I got Taco Bell. Thank you for the Taco Bell, Gore. And I'm vibing. Yeah, it's a new mic thing. It's a system for the mic that should let it be clearer, hopefully. Hopefully is the key word there, but we will see. We will see. So if it ends up being a little clearer, then yay. Background music a little loud. Oh yeah, sorry. There we go. Is that better for you? I forgot I had it turned down because of the collab the other day. Bet. Very nice. Alright. I gotta get this game, like, loaded up, because I haven't done that yet. But let me know if at any point you're not digging what's going on with the mic, and I can go back to my old mic. Alright, let's see. Let's get this game booted up, because I haven't actually done that yet. So we will see if this game's any good. Let's see if this game is, where is it? Oh, there it is. I lost the game. Is my store up and running? It's going to be. Once I get it figured out, yeah. Okay, properties. Let's go ahead and add Supermarket Simulator. And then we'll add that to the audio too. Do y'all like getting to hear me work live? I think it's pretty fun. That should be fun. Hold on, let's see. In the magical, there's a pretty woman up to where to go. Hmm. All right. There we go. We got it. Oh. Da, da, da. This game does have audio. Well, that's... Ooh. Okay. God, its audio is quiet as hell. I also know nothing about this game. We're going into this game pretty much completely blind. All I know is that some VTubers were playing it and having fun with it, so... Okay, you can play the beginning of the full game here. This is the prologue, by the way. This isn't the full game. So, you can play the beginning of the full game here. Start by purchasing goods to sell and placing them onto the shelves. Don't forget to set prices with a profit to avoid bankruptcy. Have fun. Oh my god. It's my trash can. Oh, you want me to go inside the shop? Okay, computer. Market. Order goods using your computer. Okay, I've got $100. Uh, add to cart? Add to cart. Add to cart. Add to cart? It's too much. Okay. We'll just start with that for now then. Okay. Pick up the boxes that have just arrived. What the fuck? There are boxes? $500 toilet paper. Oh. Okay. We need to open. Let's... I see. Throw the box into the trash bin. There's still more. Okay. Throw the box into the trash. Set the price of the product. Okay, well, how much are we charging? How much did it charge me? Unit price on bread is 99 cents. And I got 12. So I want to charge like $1.50 for bread? Oh no. Okay. Set the price. Oh, average cost. Market price is $2.38. So let's do $2.35. So we're just under market price. And we can make good money. Okay. $3. We'll do just under market price. Oh, I could have just like stacked it all. I feel a little stupid. Can I yeah, we'll just put that back. I was trying to grab the whatever. Average market price is $6.38. God damn, that's some expensive ass cereal. All right, and we got eggs. We'll just put the eggs. We'll put the eggs up here. That's fine. Fuck me. Okay. How much should we charge for eggs? Market price for eggs is $2.61. We'll do $2.55. Okay. Okay. Open the store. Open. Wait for our first customer. All right. Hello, m'lady. How can I help you? I bet it's Kellogg's. Oh, it probably is. Hello? Scan items by clicking on them. Take the payment from the customer. Collect the right amount of change by clicking on the money in the cash register. Oh, I actually have to give change. Okay. 30 cents. Approve the checkout. All right. Got it. You need $2.45. Okay, there you go. Have a good day. Thank you. Oh god, math. My biggest weakness. Oh, why are all of my... Hold on. Why are all of my things up? Okay, there we go. Okay, thank you. How much do I owe you? I owe you $7.30. All right. Oh my god. Anyways, I used to work at a grocery store. This feels very familiar. The women in this city show a lot of cleavage. That is very true. All right. Oh, hello? Hi. I don't have to math. It tells me here. I worked at a grocery store. I know how to do this. How much bread do you need, woman? Oh my god. 75. There you go. Have a good day. Yeah, god, they do show a lot of cleavage. This is MILF Central. I set up shop in a good place. This is good for me. It's only 10 a.m. Damn. 110. There you go. Have a good day. Can I buy more stuff? I would like to buy some flour. Okay, thank you. Nobody is here yet. Fantastic. I can put some flour out. Great. You can't buy that flour yet, sir. I need to price it. We're gonna price it for $7.95. Alright, hello, sir. How can I help you? Oh, a lot of bread, lot of bread. We have some bread lovers in this town, huh? 50, 75, 85, 95. Alright, have a good day. I'm gonna have to restock on bread. Hello. Alright, 5, 6, 7, 65. Have a great day. How expensive is pasta? Oh, not too expensive. We can buy some pasta. Hello? Hi, alright. Oh, you don't need any change? You paid perfectly. Thank you. I love people who pay in perfect. How does it feel to be a capitalist? It just feels like I'm going back to high school. Working in a grocery store. Oh, I didn't mean to put that... Come here. Put that up here. No, no, no. Up here. With the rest of them. Thank you. Hello, sir. Don't worry. I'll get to you in just a second. We're gonna charge $4.15 for that. Hello, sir. Eggs and flour. What are you making? Making something delicious? And yes, I was the annoying high schooler that would ask you questions about the things that you bought when you'd come to my store. I'll work for a box of cereal? Absolutely. Get in here. Alright, we got $4.50. I don't know why I gave you that instead of just the 50 cent. But it's fine. How expensive is oil? $53 for 12 things of oil. God damn! Alright, well. Everything's looking pretty good to me. Oh. Hello, ma'am. Your shirt is not nearly buttoned low enough for me. Oh, she's got a tramp stamp? Oh my god! 15.10? There you go. Have a good day. What'd you get? Just some flour? Alright. 92! God. Are you trying to fucking shortchange me? Because it's not gonna happen. It happened once. I got fired for shortchanging. I got fired because I got shortchanged once. Alright. I need 88 cents. Damn. Excuse me. Hello. 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 How are you doing? Oh, God. Okay. 20, 34, 10. Have a great day. What time do we close? Alright, we need to go grab some of this oil. I mean, I guess it's my business. I determine what time we close, but like, Jesus. Hello, sir. How are you? Oh, God. Hope you're doing good. Sorry if you need some oil. I need to figure out how much I'm gonna charge for it. $6.65, I think, would be good. Hello? Hello, hello. You need 21, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. Alright, have a great day. Do I take Gluck Gluck as payment? I might start. Damn, we're out of flour already. Alright. 10, 1, 2, 3, 35. Have a great day. I need more flour. I don't have enough money for more flour. Sorry if you need flour, ma'am. We're all out. Oh, you just need some bread? Alright. 10, 5. Jesus, it is dark in here. Do I not own lights? Why are the lights not on? Hold on. 1 second. Jesus. Hi. Hello, sir. Just realized I had lights in this bitch. Oh my god. 5, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 35 cents. Have a good day. I turned on the lights. I turned on the lights. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, flour is used around here a lot, I guess. Holy shit, he's buying 3 things of cereal? God damn. Oh, hello, ma'am. Hello. Oh, you God, 3 things of bread? Oh, great. Now we're out of bread, too. All right. Well, have a great day. Excuse me. Okay, I gotta put the flour back on the shelf. Toss the box. What do we need more of? Bread. Bread. So we need more bread. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. One second. Hello? Hello, hello. How are you doing? Great. You need 1, 2, 3, 4, 50, 75, 85, 90. Have a great one. All right, you just need 35 cents. Have a great one. And you need $3.15. Have a great one. You can take your money back by right-clicking the bills in the register. Ah, good to know. Holy shit. I'm out of cereal. Luckily, I have enough money. Oh, I can't buy more. They're closed after 9 p.m. All right, well, I have to do 3 more checkouts. Anybody else need groceries? Press enter to finish the day. All right. We had 22 satisfied customers. We did not have a great net profit day, so what we're going to do is we're going to up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I got to pay the bills. Okay. We got to change the prices. We're going to go $2.99. We're going to go $4.50. I got to pay bills. We're going to do $2.99. I'll do just $8 even on that. And then we'll do $6.99 there. Go ahead and open. What do we need more of? Cereal. Oops, didn't mean to add 2 things of cereal. Good morning, sir. How are you doing today? Don't mind me. I'm just upping the prices of your beloved goods. All right. Hello. Oh, perfect change. Have a great day. Turn on the lights. I gotta pay my bills. Ooh, okay. All bills are paid. All rent is paid. All right. If a dog can be a mayor, a dog can run a store. You think so? You really think so? God, Jesus. $94.02. All right, have a good day. I need to buy eggs. Hello, sir. I see you're gonna buy me out of house and home. Have a great day. Let's see here. Need more eggs. All right, display is full. That's fine. We'll just drop that right there for now. We'll pick that up later. Oh, sorry. Were you trying to get eggs? 2 cents. Have a good day. Thank you. All right. We're doing good. We love our loyal customers. It's always the trick with the tramp stamp. I don't know what she needs all those eggs for, but something. Have a great day. We're almost out of pasta. We're gonna have to get more pasta soon. Damn! All right. We're gonna have to get more pasta now, apparently. Hello? Fucking hell. Hello, sir. It's probably for the best to grab more pasta since that seems like that's all you came here for. Oh my god. $41? Sir? Be so for real. This is actually kind of fun. I actually really enjoyed working at a grocery store when I was younger, so this is good for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, these 6 items are all I have, so. Hello. Here's your dollar. Have a good day. Yeah, they're all pretty short, honestly. Like, she's in heels, this woman. And watch whenever she walks up to the register. Tiny ass lady. 2 cents. Have a good day. Are we almost out of pasta again? Oh my god. We're almost out of what? Pasta? And oil? Alright. Go ahead and just bring that shit in. Hello, sir. Hope you're having a good day. Well, it's a good thing I bought more oil, because you tried to buy me out. 50, 72, and 4 cents. Have a good one. Hello, thank you so much. Just $1. All right, have a good one. Damn, this game is so quiet. I could play my own music, probably. It's really not much in the way of audio in this game. Alright, and we are almost out of oil, so we'll go ahead and refill that. We'll just store all these boxes on the floor for now. What are we getting? What are we getting today, ladies? Some flour. God damn. It's a fucking... I need more cereal. This guy's buying me out of fucking cereal. Sir, how much cereal and oil do you need? I'm being judgmental. God damn. Every time I think I'm making good money, motherfucker's gotta come and buy a whole shit ton of cereal. Do you know how ridiculous this is? Hello, sir. You bought my last box of cereal. Couldn't find cereal. Yeah, I know. I know. Don't worry. Back in stock. The cereal that you crave. Hello? You just need $1. Alright, have a good day. Pasta. Put some pasta on the shelves. About to need some more. Hello, sir. Oh my god. 3 boxes of cereal? Sliced bread's too expensive. Uh-oh. Oh god, we gotta lower the prices on Ron's sliced bread. It's $2.99. Alright, we'll change it to $2.58. How about that? We'll change it to $2.58. You can come back. Come back. It's not that expensive. Purchase product license using the computer. Alright. Product license. 125. We're not quite there yet. We will be soon, though. I'm not gonna get fired for shortchanging. I got shortchanged. It was illegal. God, so much oil. What are you baking? The hell are you baking, woman? Have a good one. Hello, sir. Pasta and flour. All right, I have enough money. I have enough money. I have enough money. Unlocked starter pack. New products are available. Hell yeah. Whoa. Okay. Put more oil on the shelf. Oh. We're out of flour. Good to know. Hello, sir. Thank you for the extra money. You want $1 back. I couldn't find... Yeah, I know. We're out. I'm sorry. Flour. Can we purchase some flour, please? Thank you. Hate to end off the night with no money, but... There's some flour if you need it. Help yourself. Oh my god. Have a good day. Alright, it's 9 p.m. Y'all are my last customers of the day. Have a good one. Eggs are too expensive. $2.91 maybe? Thanks. Alright, we're ending the day. Okay, we made a profit today. Oh my god. This is a nightmare. I have to use my other fucking numpad because it keeps fucking with my model. Alright, we made a profit today. The dream is alive. Ooh, market prices have changed for flour. Average price is $9.58. Oh my god. Alright. We'll keep this one exactly at market price. Actually, what happens if we just we keep everything at market price? We don't try and upsell, we don't try and do anything crazy, we just keep everything at market price. What happens if we do that, out of curiosity? I can't believe market price went up that high, though. Okay. Yeah, inflation be fucking insane. Alright, we got bills to pay. I gotta pay our rent. Ridiculous. Okay. So, what do we need more of? We definitely need more pasta. Do we need more bread? No, we're good on bread. We need more pasta. Grab more oil. And then we'll grab some new stuff too, I think. If we have enough money for it. Alright. What did I just add? We don't need cereal. Okay, so we need pasta. Let's grab some milk. Some bottled water. And cake? No, that's too expensive. Prairie cake's too expensive. Oil is definitely going to be too expensive, though. We'll just grab these 4 for now, then. Or these 3 for now. Alright. Hi, Pace! How are you? Sorry, I'm locked in on running a grocery store right now. Oh, I need a fridge. Uh-oh. I didn't realize I needed a fridge. Oh, I need a fridge. Okay. I'm taking my job very seriously. I am. I need a fridge. I didn't buy a fridge. Can this milk go bad? Man, I sure hope not. I am doing well. I'm probably gonna end up playing my own music because, store's a little dead. Open up shop. Yeah, let's jam. We're gonna take our job super seriously. Play some music. I need a fridge. I didn't think this through. I'm open now. I was trying not to start the time. The time doesn't start until you push open. So I was giving myself time to restock, is what was happening. Alright. And it's underwater. Alright, let's see. Boom, boom. Have a good day! Oh my god. Okay, he's grabbing bread. As long as he's not grabbing cereal, we're good. How much bread do you fucking need, sir? Are you so for real right now? God. Jessica, where to go? Jesus. Okay, we're halfway to the amount of money we need. However, I do need to buy more fucking cereal, which is so expensive. Look at these bitches! They're taking me out of bread! Oh my god. Oh my god! How much bread do you need, bodybuilder? Losing my fucking marbles over here. Alright. Have a good one. Jesus. I gotta buy more bread. I know! Okay. Yeah, I know. We're out of bread. 'Cause of someone. Don't panic, lady. The bread's coming. Don't panic. Oh my god. Have a good one. We're almost out of flour and oil. Have a good one. We need flour and oil. Oh my god. It's too expensive. We don't have enough money for oil. And this woman bought my last one. Oh god, we're so fucked, chat. Have a good one. Yeah, I know, you bought me out of my last bit of oil. Oh god. Da 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 da. Alright, have a good one. Oh. You know what? I can't with the music. I need more oil. How expensive is oil? Oh, it's $53! We don't have $53! I'm gonna go sell myself on the corner. Hold on. Please! Please! Why can I run this far away from my store? That's impressive. Got a lens flare. Hello? Hello, sir. How are you today? Are you doing good, sir? I hope so. I know we're out of oil. Please don't yell at me about it. I'm figuring it out. Okay. Alright, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. This became so stressful all of a sudden. Yes, I see you. Give me one moment. All right. Have a good day. Oh, we're almost out of pasta again. I feel like I'm not making a profit this time around. I feel like I'm fighting for my life this time around. Hello. Have a good one. Oh my god, that's so much fucking food. I promise, when I used to work at the grocery store, I didn't judge people this harshly. However, this is a fake game and I can judge people however I want. Maybe raise prices? Oh god, yeah. At least by like a couple cents. That's fine. I'm gonna do a fucking profit on that. 220. Let's get the profit on that up just a tad. Oh, hello, hello, hello. Man, despite inflation hitting flour hard, you guys sure are still buying it. Don't. No. You fucking dickhead. Flour is so expensive. There you go, if you need flour. Have the time of your life, lady. Oh, just some eggs? There we go, have a good day. We almost have enough money for a fridge. Though we need more eggs. We've got 3 eggs left. Maybe this guy's just gonna come and buy me out of cereal. Yep, he sure is. Every time. You're a cereal junkie. Look in your eyes. Look at me. Psychopath. Get out of here. It's 125, I think, for a fridge. Yeah, 125. We'll go ahead and add it to the cart, because that's gonna be the next thing I buy. Can you get robbed? Fucking, I hope not. That would be so scary. Oh, wait. Nope. Alright, we go 10, 5, 6, 7, 52. Have a nice one. You need 75 cents. Have a nice one. We have enough money for a fridge. Purchase. Fantastic. I purchased the fridge. Oh my god, it's just outside? Okay. Excuse me. It's gonna line up a fridge right here. Don't mind me. Hello? How are you today? Have a good one. Put some water bottles in the fridge. Hello, sir. Hello, how are you? What can I... Oh, you're all good. Okay, have a good one. Okay, we're still locked and loaded. Market price is 3, so we're gonna do 3.35. Grab this milk and open it. Put it on the bottom shelves. Fantastic. Alright. How much should we charge for milk? 3.40? We'll do 3.45. Go like 5 cents higher. Alright, we need eggs. Hi, Doc Scarlet. How are you? I am fighting for my life. Oh, my profit was low. Shit. Oh, the cereal price went down. Of course it did. Alright, we'll do 15. Ugh. Okay, we need more eggs and pasta. I gotta pay my rent. 1 minute, I have to pay my bills. Alright. We need eggs. We need pasta. We don't have enough money for either. Oh well. My PC crashed and I have to fix it now. Oh, that's the worst. I know my prices are too cheap. I just worry that if I make them too high, people are gonna complain about it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, that's already such a crazy price. Hello, good morning. Some water for you. Thank you very much. Water first thing in the morning. Oops. Healthy choice. Water and cereal. I'm judging you silently. People complain when my shit costs too much. Alright. Good morning, how are you? Oh my god. 50, 75, 85, 90. Have a good one. Milk and bread. The good old fashioned. You don't like put the prices to $5.99. Okay, we're out of eggs. This man's buying me out of all of the last of my eggs. Thanks, asshole. Have a good one. Jesus. Man's fucking buying me out of house and home. Don't panic if you need eggs, lady. We've got nice room temperature eggs for you. They're bio eggs, so you know they're farm fresh. Fun fact, farm fresh eggs can be stored at room temperature without getting bad. Have a good one. We need more bread. Yep, see, I knew it. I knew this fucking woman was gonna buy me out of all my bread. I fucking knew it. Hi, I'm also out of cereal now. Have a good one. God, the cereal price in this economy. Rough. Can I put it on the bottom shelf? I can't. Okay, top shelf it goes. Hello. Thank you for your money. 50, 60, 65. Have a good day. Thank you, ma'am. How are you doing today? 3 cents. Have a good one. We are out of milk. And I don't even remember what the fuck was up there. We are out of milk. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we aren't out of anything else. Let's go ahead and just add some peanut butter to the purchasing rally. Hello, ma'am. 25, 35. Thank you for the pets, by the way. Cereal is more than the American dollar. Yeah, apparently so. All right. Peanut butter. Have a great one. It's delicious. We are gonna do $6.85. All right. Hello, ladies. How are we today? Hopefully the answer is good. Have a good one. Hello. You are all good. And you need $3.65. Have a good one. Oh, you needed coffee? Bummer. We don't have that. I barely have milk. How much is coffee? I'll get y'all some coffee. Dark roast coffee. God, that's fucking expensive. Hello? 1, 2, 3, 25, 35, 45, 46, 47. Have a good one. Okay, let's go grab the coffee. And we'll just go ahead and we'll crank it up here, I think. Ooh, Narvalo coffee. Hello, sir? Eggs and water. Healthy pick. Healthy pick. Have a good one. If you'll excuse me, I need to price this coffee. Holy shit. We're gonna do $10.99 on the coffee. I hope it's too expensive for y'all. Maybe you'll stop buying so much of it. And we need more flour. So we're gonna buy some flour real quick. And we gotta make sure we have enough money to pay our bills. There we go. You got some flour. Oh, I forgot to turn on the lights this morning. Hello? Oh my god. 50, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4. 50, 55, 56, 57. Have a good one. The lights cost money. Yeah, they do. That's why I'm only turning them on when it gets dark. So people don't complain about it. We're almost out of cereal again. Wait, no, I think we're good. I think we're good. We're gonna need more bottled water, but I think we're okay for now. 50, 70. Have a good one. To expand my store? I don't think I want to yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, the only thing we haven't bought yet is the candy and cake. And I feel like those can wait. Because we're definitely gonna need more bottled water. Damn, you're going for the expensive stuff. Oh my god, sir. Have a good one. I think being an auctioneer, oh, the pasta's too expensive, sucks. Get over it. It's too expensive for me too, bitch. Take your peanut butter and go. Such is the way of the world. Sometimes shit is too expensive. We're gonna need more oil. Are you my last customer of the night? Oh my god. And you're gonna take my last bottle of water, aren't you? You son of a fucking bitch. Give me the fucking money. Have a good one. Oh, you couldn't find any candy? Fuck you. Okay, I had a good profit this time. We're good. We're good. I'm not out of cereal. There's cereal at the bottom. We're okay. Okay. Beautiful day. Gotta pay my rent. Alright. Gotta be store level 6. Purchase a new section. Using your computer to expand the store. Oh. I don't need that yet. I'll need it soon. I don't need it yet. Okay, so let's buy... What are we out of? We're out of bottled water. We're out of water. Almost out of coffee. We're out of oil. Okay. So we need oil, coffee, and might as well go ahead and buy the candy as well, just to have it. Okay. Candy is gonna go here. Fantastic. And then what's the price on candy right now? We're gonna do $3.99. Make a $2 per profit. Yeah, this is the demo. Well, this is their unfinished version. I wouldn't really call it a demo because they don't call it a demo. For whatever reason, they call it the prologue because the full game's not out yet. So, or at least I don't think it's out yet. I have no idea, honestly. Bottled water. I just want to be a girl boss. I haven't worked in a grocery store in many a year. We'll probably get any more pasta here soon too, so we'll go ahead and add pasta and eggs to the purchase list. But we'll get those later. And cake, because we want cake. So we need $63 for all of that? Okay. Fantastic. There are a lot of mods for this game already? The whole full game's not even out yet. Hello? Okay. I'm just girl bossing. I got girl boss energy. I'm running a grocery store. This feels good for me. I'm just that little mom and pop grocery store that you see, like, out in the hood. Those are my favorite, too. Literally my favorite mom and pop, like, my favorite grocery store that I've ever shopped at was a little mom and pop grocery store that was out in the hood next to where we used to live. Yes. Oh, I thought you were grabbing candy. I was like, yes, get yourself candy. Oh my god. Alright, have a good one. Hello? Have a good one. Is that enough money or do I need 63.10? Okay. We're almost there. The dev's still working on it, but it's fun. I bought it a few months back. Oh, that's fun. I mean, I'm having a good time. I really enjoyed working at a grocery store back when I did. So, it was just the constant standing up that was kind of a pain in my ass. Have a good one. A single mom who works 2 jobs and owns a little grocery store with gentle hands and the heart of a fighter. I'm a survivor. Hello, peanut butter. Have a good one. Put a price on these. We're gonna sell them for $3.25. Oh, we're gonna need more peanut butter here soon. Alright, have a good one. Go ahead and add some pea butter. Go ahead and get that purchased and on its way. Peeba butter. Oh my god. Alright, we're just gonna put that down right there. Hello, sir. Oh, you like yourself some cakes. You're a sweet man, huh? Fucking once again. Robbing me at a house and home. Alright, have a good one, sir. I swear to god, if any of y'all take my boxes, I'm gonna lose my shit. We need more peanut butter. Alright. And then we need... What is this? Oh, pasta. Yeah, we're almost out of pasta. Almost forgot. Put my boxes down. Alright, sir. You got some eggs. You got some peanut butter. Perfect change. Thank you kindly. Fantastic. We can restock the shelves. Get this box out of here. And restock the shelves of eggs, too. Alright. Hello, sir. Got yourself some flour and some coffee. Alright. Have a good one. Yeah, I've got the best cake. Exactly. Look at how good it is. Look at how many I've got. I'm gonna need more water here soon. I think I'm doing pretty good, though. We have everything on the shelves. Everything's loaded. Looks nice. My Peach is known for her cake far and wide. See, I used to just do this. Like, this is what my job was when I worked at the grocery store. I didn't stock or anything. I just did this. So I actually really enjoyed it. And sometimes customers would buy extra things just to give me free stuff. It was very nice of them. I need more bread. Do I need more bread? No, we're good on bread. We're gonna need more flour, though. Alright. Add flour to the cart. Go ahead and get that out of the way. Hello, my lady. How are you? I don't know why I called you that. I'm so sorry. Alright, and got more of my cakes. Smart man. All the eggs are too expensive for you? Good, don't buy them. I don't want to have to keep stocking shit. Alright. The eggs are too expensive for you, but the coffee is not? Alright, psychopath. I need more coffee. Like, the fuck? How are you gonna be like, oh, the eggs are too expensive, but then buy $10 coffee? Like, I buy $10 coffee, but that's because I have to use my credit card once a month, or else it's gonna get turned off if I don't spend money on it. Is that what you're doing? Look, if you can't make your customers fall in love with you, are you really a good saleswoman? Is the true question. Before I got that job, they said, do you know how to sell yourself? And I took that literally when I probably shouldn't have. Hold on, gotta turn on the lights so people know that we're still open. What do we got? Pasta. Fantastic. Toss that box out. Oh, hello, sir. Have a good one. Oh, the milk's too expensive for you too? Calling that pussy behavior. Once again, milk's too expensive, coffee just fine. What do you mean, wait, what? Also, hi, Maikaru, how are you? Sorry, I'm like barely paying attention to chat. I'm getting like sucked in. Coffee? I guess I'll just go ahead and shove that up there so I can get rid of the box. Hello, sir. Buying some of my cakes, are we? Good pick. Coffee is worth too expensive as a man in a three-piece suit. Yeah. Damn, that's a lot of water. The fuck? Water and peanut butter. I feel like you're gonna do something nefarious to a dog, but we'll get back on that. Alright, we can load up those eggs. It's almost closing time, y'all. The pasta's still full. We're gonna need oil. We can buy that. Yeah, no, we can buy that tomorrow. Good morning, sir. You're making yourself a pasta dish with perfect change. Oops, put those on the wrong shelf. All right. Locked and loaded on the stock market. Oh, we're gonna need more flour, too. You're my last customer of the day. 5, 7, 8, 9. Ooh. Have a good one. Hi, Jax. How are you? Oh, good profit today. Good profit today. Ooh, okay. Flour went down. Prairie cake went up. Fantastic. We love it when my cake goes up. So now we're going to charge 99 for that. And flour went down. So we're going to charge $7.99 for flour. All right, we need oil. We need flour. We need more waters. All right, we already added oil. So we need flour, water. Anything else we need? Or are we good? Cereal. We'll go ahead and add cereal. Go ahead, add some cereal to that. Check out. And then it wants me to pay my bills. And then upgrade. Wow, we were able to get a lot done. All right. Move this up against the back wall. Move this up against the back wall. We're gonna move this right over here. How do I rotate? Ah. Bang, boom, bang, boom. Actually, I'm gonna scoot that a little closer, I think. Yeah. There we go. Perfect. All right. Cake is usually best going up and down. I could agree with that, I think. Gore speaks from experience, but I do not, but I can agree with it. All right. Wait, are we talking about my cake specifically or just cake in general? All right. We got flour. Beautiful. So many boxes. Can I... Okay, I cannot move this, I don't believe. I can't. Making dinner? Ooh, what are you making for dinner? Sorry, I've been missing so much on chat because I'm just, like, zoned in on my little displays. All right, we are fully restocked. Hi, Cat. How are you? All right. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna do something real quick. So I'm gonna turn on my music, but I'm gonna turn down the volume on it. So it's not crazy loud. Oh, where'd the fuck did my mouse go? Okay, there it is. Jesus. Who's playing? Oh yeah, over you. Okay. My mouse has disappeared on the game. Uh-oh. I might have to close out the game and start over. Oh no! Oh no, I can't. Oh no, the mouse. Okay, hold on. Wow, y'all can see everything. Look at all the things I have open. Isn't that cool? Alright, there we go. Okay, good. Good. Okay, everything's where it needs to be. Everything's where it needs to be. We're all good. will make my dreams come true. Ba, ba. Da, 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 da. Can I shut my door? Nope, just permanently open. All right, hello, peanut butter for you today. Fantastic, all right. Have a good one. Oh, peanut butter's too expensive for you. What if I drop it by 5 cents? How about that? Is that too expensive for you still? Also, do I need more peanut butter? I need more peanut butter. Fuck. Peanut butter. I need $35 for more peanut butter. Yeah, the flour does seem to be pretty fucking powerful. Oh, we're gonna need more milk, too. Because some of you bitches be buying so much milk. Make my dreams come true. And we need milk. Alright, we need $3 more, so make your purchases, ma'am. Water and oil. I see. Have a good one. Alright. Y'all like my little radio station I've got going on? It's as if we're in an actual grocery store and y'all can just listen to radio faintly. Doo doo doo. Oh my god, you almost sold me out of milk. Good thing I just decided to restock. Oh my god. What do you need 3 things of milk for? Alright, have a good one. I'm gonna need more bread. Fucking damn. No, sliced bread's too expensive. Why is it too expensive? Man, the flour really is good shit. Bread's too expensive? Alright, what if we just make it 50? Fucking not much of a... water, oils. There we go. Making some chicken with waffles. Ooh, that sounds so good! Alright, thank you so much, sir. 5, 6... 49. Have a good day. Damn. Buying everything for dinner. The wife send you? Alright, have a good one. We need to restock the flour. Ooh.
3 years of Peach and Ducky shenanigans, and I hope we have 300 more.
I do too, Ducky. I love you. Thank you so much for the resub, by the way. You're the best. Ducky, I'm being a capitalist today. They're buying me out of house and home, Ducky. I need more coffee. Oh, God.
Tragedy.
Yes? Hi, Zai! Thank you so much for the resub. How are you? But also, that is my name. How may I help you? Oh, God. I'm gonna need more flour. Oh, God. I need more milk. I need more milk. This is fucking ridiculous. Oh, oh. Hello, how may I help you? Hello. 5, 7, 5, 9, 10, 3. This is the best part of doing this job, by the way. Without having to actually talk to anybody, which is my least favorite part of doing this job. Alright, I gotta get this milk up off the porch. Alright, and we'll just go ahead and put the extras down there. I mean, I am a small business owner. You just had to one-up me with that 1 month. Oh, fuck, I need pasta. Do I not have any pasta over here? No, fucking course not. I am a small business owner fighting for my fucking life. Hi, peanut butter? Good pick. Ooh, I don't really like looking at your face. Have a good one. Alright, you need some more peanut butter? Oh god, I'm about to have to turn on the lights. Oh, I have to pay my fucking electric bill. We try to hold off on the lights as long as possible. Always excited to see my friends. I'm also always excited to see my friends. Was that in all caps? I didn't actually see the notification when I went through. What the fuck?
Gorians Moores gifted a tier 1 sub to Miss T_Celeste.
Oh, the candy's too expensive? Fuck. Gore, thank you so much for the gifted sub to Mistia. I would tell Mistia to enjoy her sub, but I don't think she's here right now, so... God, sorry, I'm like going a little insane. Have a good one. Do waters need to be restocked? Yeah, a little bit. No, you're alright, you're alright, you're alright, you're alright, sir. It's a-okay. We're just gonna put a water down there so I can just yeet this into the abyss. Hello, sir. Thank you for buying coffee and milk. Good pick. Alright, it's almost 9 p.m. Oh, cereal's looking good. Love that for me. Cereal seemed to be like all anybody wanted for a minute there. Na 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 na. Ugh. 55 cents. I just wanted the hype train. That's fair. It seems like a money laundering front, not a real grocery store. It feels safe and look, Ducky, I'm working on making it feel like a real grocery store. But it takes time, Ducky. It takes time. Also, hi Nick. Grocery superstore owning is going great. I'm just running out of shit. Very quick. No, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Just hold on, sir. Hold on, 1 second, please. That's fine. We're out of candy? Is that what was on that shelf? I don't even remember what the fuck was on that shelf. Egg! No, wasn't eggs. Okay, have a good one. 1, 2... What the fuck was on that shelf? I don't remember. I don't recall. Yeah, it kind of does feel like not a real place. Alright, you're my last customer for the day. Have a good one. Oof. Oh, my profit was too low. Prairie cakes have gone up. Coffee's gone down. Eggs have gone down. Oh my god. Let's do 9.20. Oh, eggs have gone down again. 209! We'll do 215. Alright, I need... First things first, we gotta pay our bills. And then, we need... 2 spotlights. Okay. What all do we need grocery-wise? We need more candy, we need more cakes, eggs. Cereal's fully stocked, okay. Candy, cakes, and eggs, I think. That should be good. Okay. Eggs, candy, cakes. Oh, it's so expensive. My economy is in shambles. It's not even a shitter in here. Look, we do the best we can with what we've got. And we don't got much. Alright. Eggs. Alright, we're just gonna put the eggs over there. Oh boy. When I'm around, slow dancing in the dark. Do I need a new shelf? I might need a new shelf. Alright. We're gonna just angle that light. Yeah, sure. That will do. And then, we'll just slap that one there. That should be good. Let's see. Oh, beautiful. Nice and bright in here. Well, Gore, it's supposed to be a little quiet. You're in a grocery store. It's not supposed to be loud as hell. Alright, turn on the lights. Bright as fuck in here. Should I just buy another, Should I just buy another shelf? I think I should. Yeah, let's go ahead and buy another shelf just to get that out of the way. Oh my fuck. Jesus. Okay. Magazines. Alright. Additional shelfage. So we just have extra space. Okay, we should be good. We can open the doors. It's fine. Okay, we're gonna need more milk. It's okay though. It's fine. It's a beautiful day to have a job. Actually, Gore, I'm not messing with the music anymore, only because last time I messed with the music, the whole game I had to restart, so. Out of what I've heard, Rihanna's too busy having another baby to save us. I'll go ahead and just stack extra shit. Hello, ma'am. How are you? Hope you're having a good morning. It's a beautiful 9 a.m. Let's go ahead and stack extra shit just so we can get these boxes out of here. Hello, good morning. God bought me out of half my milk. That's alright. That's what I'm here for. Here for you to ruin my fucking life. Have a good one. Hi, sir. Peanut butter galore, I see. I'm afraid of any dog that comes near you. Ain't gonna be me. Have a good one. Hello, just some pasta for the day? That is a-okay, sir. Have a good one. I need to buy more milk. Alright. You can stand under my umbrella. Ah, my bad, sir. Thought you'd be shopping a little longer, but you knew exactly what you were here for. Gourmet coffee, huh? Have a good one. Good morning, sir. 3 things of eggs and some coffee. You're making a banger breakfast, aren't you? Ha ha ha. See, I don't have to fake laugh at customers in this game. Okay, we need more coffee. Yes, sir. I do hear you there. Give me 1 moment if you wouldn't mind. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Hello, ma'am. Jesus fucking Christ. Have a good one. Why cereal in this place? You must be a mother. I'm out of cereal you just bought. God fucking damn. I'm not almost out of cereal, but I feel like I should just get a backup just in case. I am almost out of oil though, so we'll buy some oil. And you know what? Since it's on my mind, we'll grab some pasta too. Hello, ma'am. See? Knew I would need some pasta. 55 cents. Have a good one. Alrighty. Gotta grab some pasta. Don't mind me. Just filling in that pasta for you. You know how it is. Alrighty. And we need some oil. Yes, ma'am. I'll be right with you. Restocking the oil. You know how it is. Chucking that in the trash. Oh, man. Good morning. Fantastic eggs. I'd say good morning. It's 1:20. I wish you could steal from customers. How would that even work, Gore? It's pouring rain. It's not actually pouring rain. It's a beautiful day. Alright, just making sure we have enough of everything we need. Oh, yes. Good morning, ma'am. Oh, candy and pasta. Who's the candy for? Dun, 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 dun. Da. All right. This is a fantastic situation. Water and coffee. All right, sounds good to me. Have a good one. Just some pasta for you. All right, 55 cents. Have a good one. Hey, so far nobody's complained about anything being too expensive. You just shortchange them? That'd be really funny, actually. I'm gonna grab some more pasta, though. Just so I don't have to think about it later. All right. Do 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 do. All right, hello, sir. How are you? 85, 92. Have a good one. Need more flour. All right. Good morning. Oh my God, sir. That's so much stuff. Have a good day. I'm gonna need more coffee too, apparently. Hello? Excuse me one moment. Malls. In the shopping malls. Conform or be cast out. All right. 10, 5, 6, 7. 24. All right, have a great day. I gotta go grab this coffee real quick. No, it's okay. I just wanted to make sure we were fully stocked on cough. These men out here love that shit. Hello? See, this is why I restock on pasta. I feel like these bitches out here only eat pasta. Hello? 20 cents. Have a good one. See, that's why we restock on the coffee, baby. Have a good one. Companies make billions yearly from shortchanging customers. Do they really? Alright, I need more peanut butter. Jesus. Okay, hello, sir. Probably gonna need more water, too. If you want me to be completely honest. Yep, I need more water. Shit. Sorry, I didn't realize the bottom shelf was somewhere I could put stuff on. I tried that earlier and it didn't work, so I just assumed I was stupid. Apparently not. Nope, come here. What? What did he say was too expensive? What did he say was too expensive? Oh, God. What did he say was too expensive? Okay, we need more bottled water. Why is bottled water so cheap? Alright. Ooh, buying my cakes, I see. Good pick, good pick. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, have a good one. Ugh, good lord. 50, 60, 75, 82. Alright. What else do we need more of? We're gonna probably need more milk. We're good though. Went ahead and just bought that. Probably shouldn't have. Yeah, no, probably shouldn't have. Hello, please give me enough money so I can cover my bills tomorrow. I did not know that, Gore. Okay. Did I make a profit? Oh! I'm not doing good. I need to up prices. We need to up prices. This is fucking ridiculous. Oh, this is fucking ridiculous. Oh my god. We need to be making almost a $2 profit on everything. Oh my god. 250. $7.99. $7.45. Okay, oof. We're gonna do $8.40. Okay, and then we can buy some extra stuff too. Okay. What's some of this new stuff we have? Ooh, okay. Chips, tuna, hand soap, toilet paper, shampoo, cleaner. We can do some hand soap. Just to get it out there. Try something new. We'll, put it up here. I know. Putting soap by the food. Gross. It's fine. We'll reorganize later. Okay. Hit the lights. Hit the open sign. Oh, Pixie Loaf, thank you so much for the follow. Hi, by the way. I love the art you made. I'm trying not to spoil it too much on chat, but Pixie Loaf did art for the 2.0, and I'm super excited to get to show it to y'all. Oh god, I forgot to set the price. Let's do $5.15. Okay. Hello. Oh, you just get it for $1.99 because I messed it up. Okay, I see how that works. I see how that works. Enjoy your $1.99 soap. But hello! Welcome to the Dog Pound. I hope you're having a great day, Pixie. And thank you, like, once again, so much. Like, you are amazing. I genuinely could not think of what I wanted, and you blew me out of the water. I'm genuinely so excited to finally get to show them off. We are, running a little grocery store. Having a good old time. I've got my music playing in the background in place of grocery store music. 7, 8, 9. Yeah, alright, have a good one. Couldn't find any chips. I can't afford any chips, so we'll get there. I'm so glad you had fun working on them. That makes me so happy. 2.0 is going really well, actually. We are like 12.5% done. And by that, I mean that's just the stuff I've gotten back. Because I don't want to count the stuff I haven't gotten back yet. Couldn't find Stark tuna. Well, I don't have the money for that. Chips are $55 alone. Do you know how crazy that is? What is this economy? 7 UNCG. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Dog Pound. I'm so sorry. I was like, how do I say this name? Is it okay if I just call you 7? We are gonna do $6.99. Okay. Hello, Min. Thank you so much. Have a good one. I know, I gotta get tuna. 1, 2, 3, 4, 50, 75. Have a good one. Oh, thank you! I'm so glad you think I'm cute. I do my best. To be cute, that is. Oh my god, I'm gonna need more candy. This woman is buying me out of candy. 1, 2... Oop, nope, 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 nope. 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. I need more candy. Alright, I need more candy for sure. We'll go ahead and buy that. Just get that out of the way. Told you not to waste my fucking time. Alright. Okay, we're good. We're good, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. Gotta run, gotta run, gotta run, gotta run. I'm like doing my best to like look at chat while also like running to make sure I like can restock my shop. Okay. Good morning. Have a good one. We're almost out of cereal, so let's grab more cereal. Cereal. I can't really grab anything else yet. Alright. Excuse me. I need cereal. We're just gonna offload that down below. I'm doing my best. I'm running. Okay. Glad we bought more candy. Man, we needed a lot of soap for our house, huh? 2, 3, 25. Oh my god. These men are buying me out of soap. I need more soap. I need more hand soap. Hello? You just needed peanut butter? That's it? Alright, well. I gotta go grab the hand soap I left out here. Oof. It feels like it's so hard to catch up when there's like more stuff. Okay, we're just gonna put that there for now. Can I buy tuna yet? Nope. I can, however, buy shampoo, and shampoo has an upper unit cost, so we will buy shampoo. And the shampoo will go here. Fantastic. Okay. 1 second, let me set the price of the shampoo. We're gonna do $7.30. Or no, we'll do $7.20, that's fine. Okay. Good afternoon. You need 90 cents. Alright, have a good one. See, this is why I bought more soap. Okay, 5, 7, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 25, 35, 40. Alright. We're gonna need to buy more eggs. 55. Let's buy more eggs. Well, we definitely don't have as much money as we used to. I can tell you that much. This lady bought so many things of chips. 5, 7. Alright. Hello. Yes, I see you. 1 second, please. I have to restock my eggs. I hope you're having a good one. I'll be lurking. It was wonderful to meet you. Thank you so much for the lurk. It was wonderful to meet you. And once again, thank you. I genuinely cannot thank you enough. Because I was drawing a blank when it came to those, and I'm really happy you were able to do something with it. What I gave you. I didn't feel like I gave you very much, but you were able to do something with them, and that is magic to me. Okay, I can buy tuna now. Oh, wait. Yes, I hear you. 1 second. I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming. Oh, the product needs to be placed in a fridge. Of course it does. It's tuna. I don't know what I expected. Okay. 1 second. We're gonna do 9.85. Okay. Hello? What can I get for you? 5, 7. Have a good one. The chips are too expensive? Sucks. Life's hard right now. Thank you. Can you get robbed? I don't think so. I hope not. Okay, I need more coffee. Na, 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 na. All right. We got 15 cents. Have a good one. What do you need shampoo for? All right. Anyways. Sorry, you're right. I shouldn't judge. You're right. You're right. I shouldn't judge. Thank you. 25.35. All right. Have a good one. Okay, we made a profit today. All right, we'll go through everything in just a second. I gotta pay my rent. Oh, it's getting so expensive. We need milk. Luckily, we can afford milk this morning. God, could you imagine if we couldn't afford milk today? All right. Peanut butter, eggs. Got any more? No, we're good on eggs. Probably gonna need more chips. What have I become? What have I done? Yeah, we're gonna need more chips. And we also need cleaner and toilet paper. Whew, that's expensive. Okay. So I feel the same. Arms wide open. I stand alone in my giant shop front where I walk in circles. Could you imagine going into your local mom and pop shop that might be a front for money laundering and seeing the owner just doing this? Can you imagine the fear that that would strike into your heart? All right. Hello. Hi. Oh. Hey, ma'am. I want to get a tramp stamp tattoo. Who wants to get a tramp stamp tattoo? Like I should have somebody design a custom tragedy tramp stamp that everybody in chat can get. All right, she is buying me out of flour. That is fine. What are you making? Pasta, flour, and tuna? Have a good one. Hello? We should do that, chat. Oh my god. I'm gonna get bought out of flour. Jesus Christ. Okay. Fucking of course. We also need flour now. Get rid of the toilet paper. Alright. Well, we managed to buy more flour, at least. No cleaner or toilet paper yet, but we managed to buy more flour and chips, so. God damn. There's a shit ton of chips in this box. I feel like most of my stock is chips now. Oh, am I getting any more soap now, too? Oh my god. It's like you can never keep up in this place. Thank you. Thank you. Yep, I need more coffee and soap. Of course. But you know, I don't think you can get robbed. If you could, I think they'd be a little fucked up. Alright. Gotta restock the soap. And we will restock the coffee in just a moment. Peanut butter, eggs, and milk. Good breakfast. A good hearty breakfast for a good hearty woman. Just shampoo. Ah, you know, at least you have more hair than the last guy that I saw coming in here buying shampoo. Excuse me? right. I forgot I had coffee down there. Well. Oh, is something too expensive? I'm sorry. I'm not. I need to survive too, you know. I'm barely keeping the lights on in this place. Have a good one. Alright. Finally. I can buy toilet paper. Hello? Yeah, I'm not home. Bright lights and city sounds are ringing like a drum. Unknown. Alright. Man, toilet paper is that expensive and all you get is 4 fucking things of it? It was ridiculous. Prairie cake and milk are too expensive. Oh. I forgot to change the price. That would explain that. Okay, there you go. Okay, whatever. Milk is not that expensive. Do you want spaghetti? Sure. Alright, we prepay my bills. Okay, so cleaner. Cake, the price went down on. Okay. Hello? I just realized I never checked the price stuff. Have a good one. And then we got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 7. All right. Can we buy cleaner? We can. And just like that, we have now bought all of the new items. And we're gonna put the cleaner right here. Is that an actual dude's face on the cleaner? Hold on. No, don't grab that yet. Don't grab that yet. And you grabbed it anyways. You fucking whore. Grab that before I could put a price on it. This fucking woman. She knows the tactic. She said if I grab it before you can price it... Oh. She said if I grab it before you can price it, it's free, right? God damn it. This is ridiculous to me. Oh, you meant like right this instant. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Alright. We need more shampoo. %40 of my brain is rotted. Yeah, that's how I feel right now. I'm working a day job while working my day job. Do you know how crazy that is? I don't have a shelf for this. Okay, that's fine. I'm working as a VTuber and working at a grocery store all at the same time. Preferably without spacesuits, just let space take me. That's a bold decision. Alright, I mean, I guess we'll probably need more flour here soon. I'm trying to, like, get an idea of what we need and what we don't need. I think flour is definitely gonna end up being on that list. I couldn't find- Oh, shit, we're out of bread! I knew I was forgetting something. I was like, it looks weird. Something looks wrong. We've been out of bread for how long? Oh my god. How long have we been out of bread? If I fumbled my favorite 30-year-old, do I just simply die? I mean, you could always try again, but, Yeah, death might just be the play. Depends on how bad you fumbled, honestly. Yeah, sure, whatever. You can get that extra penny. 5, 6, 9, 5. All right, have a good one. I'm gonna need more eggs. Nah, actually, we might be all right. Milk's too expensive for you? It's 30 cents more expensive, but okay. Three days? What the fuck does that mean? What do you mean I fumbled it by 3 days? Ugh. Alright, chips are up, pasta, bottled water, and tuna. Okay, bottled water is down, so we'll do, let's do $2.99 for the bottled water. Tuna. We'll do 55. Yeah. Pasta. Are we out of pasta? Holy shit, we're out of pasta. Okay. We're out of pasta. Which pasta's down right now anyways. Alright. We're almost out of cakes. We need more cakes. Okie dokes. How far down is pasta? Damn! We'll do 350, I think. I think 350 should be good. We're almost out of cakes. We need more cakes. Cake. Chips are up. Okay. Chips are up. Strange. My favorite 30-year-old would never say no to a camping trip. It's also a dude. Oh, well, damn. Still, you gotta be careful about who you're fumbling. Display is full. That's fine. Okay, chips. Ooh. Chips are up. Okay, what else do I need? I probably need more bottled waters. Chips, hand soap. How are we doing on hand soap? Good on hand soap. Good on coffee. Good on candy. Good on milk. We're good on eggs for now. Good on oil for now. Okay, let's see. Toilet paper, shampoo cleaner. Peanut butter. How good are we on peanut butter? We are almost out of peanut butter, so let's grab more peanut butter. Oil, cereal. How are we doing on cereal? We're all right on cereal. All right. And we should be good. She also likes girls. Damn. Unfortunate. Alright, there we go. We'll just go ahead and put that there. And what's this? Water. Yes. Good. Good, 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 good. And honestly, just go ahead and slam that up there just so we have what looks to be a full shelf. Alright. I don't know where everyone goes. Alright. Chat, let's do this. We're gonna win, chat. We're gonna win. I'm safe right here. We know who we are. It's kind of scary thinking of what is out there. It's a scary, scary world. And there are scary, scary things. Like men who buy my chips and make me go bankrupt. Why? All right, let's see. That's so much cleaner. Where do you work? Did you commit a murder? Do I want to know, truly? I'm selling a product without setting its price. What product? Hold on. What product did I not set a price for? What product did I not set a price for? Hold on, hold on, hold on. I never set... Oh my god. 3205. I never set a price for fucking toilet paper, and somebody's already bought some. So dumb. Alright. Surprised they didn't fucking buy me out of house and home when they had the opportunity. I'm safe right here. We know who we are. It's kind of scary thinking of what is out there. Scary world. And there are scary, scary things. Thank you for your money. Have a good one. I need more cleaner. And candy. Oh god, I might need more tuna, too. Suck you by, just want their way. Alright, I need more candy and cleaner is what I said. Fuck! It's expensive down a store. 5, 6, 10. Alright. Y'all think I'm a good store owner? Or do y'all think, like, I could be better? Oh, god. Oh, god, the waters are still full? 1 second, please, sir. I gotta restock my cleaners. Alright, thank you for your patience. I'm gonna need to restock my bread. Alright. 975, 85. Have a good one. Thank you. I need to fucking restock bread. La 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 la. Alright. I didn't need to restock bread. I got scared. That's fine. It's fine. I just got a little nervous. Do I have any more peanut butters? Excuse me, sir. The cake is too expensive. What do you mean? What's wrong with the price? What if I drop it by 5 cents? Would that be better for you? Once again, says it's too expensive, buys coffee. Man's crazy. So you can hire people. Hi, Lobster, how are you? But only in the actual, like, fully released version of the game, which isn't out yet. So... I currently cannot hire people, it's just me. Alright. Load out the candy. What else can I load out? Cleaner? You need some cleaner? Nope. Alright, that's fine. Coffee? Thank you so much. Have a good one. Oh god. Went ahead and dropped more. Oh my god. That's so much! God, now I gotta buy more! Bitch bought all my toilet paper! Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Not doing great? Oh, I'm sorry to hear it. I hope your day gets better. Oh, oh my god. 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 55. Alright. I need more pasta. What is this? Bread. Thank you so much. Can y'all hear my dog barking? He's being a fucking freak show right now. There's nothing you can't do. Alright, we need pasta. I dropped it by 4 cents. I know what I did. I know what I did. Alright. Alright. Hello? Have a good one. What? Couldn't find cereal. You bought it all! Oh my god. Couldn't find cereal. Yeah, well, that's what happens when the bitch in front of you buys all of it. Crazy how that works. There we go. More cereal. What? The eggs are too expensive for you. What's wrong with the eggs? Whatever. Well, you know, they probably wouldn't have been so expensive if you didn't buy a million things of toilet paper. Couldn't find tuna. Oh god, am I out of tuna? Shit. Didn't realize I was out of tuna. Fuck. I can't buy more tuna. Alright, well. 50, 60. Have a good one. Ma'am, grab what you need. We're about to close. I'm sure it will get better. Things always get better eventually. You just gotta give them time, you know? Yeah, sure, you can have it. I'm a workaholic and don't get very many days off. I get that. I am also becoming a workaholic. It's a problem. Okay, so we need more tuna. Should be good on coffee. Should be good on hand soap. Should be good on eggs. We need more flour. Probably more toilet paper too. Okay. Okay, so we need flour. And let's grab some toilet paper. Go ahead and just buy all that. Pay my bills. And then we're gonna want to buy another fridge. Okay. Let's grab the fridge first. Alright. We'll just toilet paper it up. I get the fun of being the only person on the IT team. Oh yeah, I remember us talking about that. Still hasn't gotten any better? You still haven't hired anybody else? Assholes. Milk. We need milk. Oh, could I have forgotten? Okay. Yeah, milk. And next minute you are an absolute creep. We've got our obsessions. Of course not. I'm sorry, man. I know how frustrating that is. Alright. You involving you. I ask and they say they're looking. Yep, that's what they always say, ain't it? Alright. We should be stocked enough that it should be fine. Hi, Sigu, how are you? I am bred. God, I can't play that game. That game would piss me off. I already know. Well, you know, might as well just go ahead and just load in the waters. We got them. You know? You feel sad. Alright. Have a good one. Ugh, I love starting the job. And knowing that everything's fully stocked and ready to go. Sorry, I needed to stretch. 5, 6. Do we need more coffee? Yeah, let's just get more just in case. Let's go ahead and get it out of the way. Excuse me. I forgot to check the prices on things again. What prices are lower or higher today, if any? Candy's up. Oh, that was it. Okay. Because why pay more people when they've got me who does the entire department? Yep, that's exactly what it is. Thank you. Have a good one, sir. Milk's too expensive? Damn. Damn, girl! Where are you sticking all that water? Have a good one. Let's see, what are we getting? Peanut butter? A lot of fucking peanut butter. Oh my god. Every time I think I'm like well stocked, these bitches come in and buy like 7 of everything. Oh no. Have a good one. If I don't do it, I get yelled at. Big boss get mad at me, and I'm at fault because it's my department. Yeah, but the thing is if you quit, you got another job somewhere else, what are they gonna do about it? Like, you do everything, you know? Like, what are they gonna do about it? Need more peanut butter. Alright, we need more peanut butter. But I know the tactic. Keep you too busy to even look for another job. Alright, we got 5, 15. And what do you got? Water? Candy? Peanut butter? Nice. There we go. Have a good one. I need more toilet paper. Alright. Yeah. I'm sorry. I know it's the worst. Water milk. We're almost out of chips. That's crazy. Peanut butter. Alright. Hello. Ma'am. Exact change. Thank you kindly. Have a good one. Any more chips? Oh, good. Hello. Pasta lover. I get it. Me too, girl. Oh, thank you so much. Have a good one. Alright. White sauce or red sauce? Both, but white sauce actually makes me really sick. Something's missing here. Alright, chips. I feel like we're missing something. I feel like we're missing something. What are we missing? Cereal? We got cereal. Soap. Peanut butter soap. We're gonna need more oil. And more eggs. Alright, oil and eggs. Oil, eggs. Purchase. Alright, and got a box over there. Cleaner, thank you. 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 25. There we go. Coffee, cakes, eggs. Good thing I just bought more eggs. Alright. Alright, we need more shampoo. We're out of something else. What else are we out of? There's something else that we're out of. I don't know what it is. $10? Alright, there you go. Just foes of the metal. We try to run, but no, we do not know. It's my mental health is declining as a result of it. I'm so sorry. Capitalism is the fucking worst, and despite me playing the capitalism game, there's gotta be a better way. You know, like... Buying me out of cleaner, huh? I see how it is. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. Yes, yes, I hear you. One moment. Just restocking the cleaner. You know how important that is. Alright. 90 cents. There you go. And you got some tuna. Also 90 cents. There you go. Alright. Day end. Whew. Eagerly awaiting for the day that people rise up. Yeah, same. Pasta, cake, cleaner, and tuna. Okay, tuna is cheaper. So we're gonna do $8.65. Cake is $4.50. Pasta $4.20. And cleaner is $6.65. Alright. I love my job, but I hate that my mental health gets neglected because of it. Yeah, no, exactly. I completely get that. Okay, we gotta pay our bills first. Upgrade. Okay. So we have eggs, cereal, bread. Oh. Okay. Fascinating. Hold on one second. This is a new thing for me. Fascinating. That's not fully up against the wall. Okay. And then we'll scooch this over a little. Okay. Woo. My mental health being killed by my job is the reason I switched to VTubing as a full-time job. I'm not even gonna lie. And I know that's not a possibility for everyone, but for me, at least, it's done amazing things for my mental health. Do I have any more eggs? Okay. How's the cereal looking? Oh yeah, we definitely need more cereal. Do you have any cereal in here? Nope. Okay. So cereal for sure. Flour, oil, pasta. Flour's good, oil's good, pasta. We could do with more pasta, so let's grab more pasta. Milk, water, peanut butter. Milk's good. Water. It's good. Peanut butter. We've got a couple more to put up on the shelves. All right. Oh god, I'm stuck on the door. Okay. Chips, tuna, hand soap. We are almost out of hand soap. We're good on chips. We're gonna grab my tuna just in case. Cleaner, shampoo, and toilet paper. Cleaner, shampoo, toilet paper. We're good on those. I'll buy more toilet paper just to be sure. But should be good. All right. And then we'll upgrade to that once we can afford it. Sounds good. Oh, God. Okay. Toilet paper. Up. 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 We're just gonna store this over here. Look into my eyes. Do we need more cakes? Nah, we're good on cakes. Get too close. It's dark inside. Go ahead and fully stock the displays. Just to go ahead and have that organized. And then we need the hand soaps. And then we'll line them up down here too. Very nice. Oh, wait. Is this what? What? All right. I think we're almost done with the demo though. Because the demo only lets you go so far. Imagine Dragon D's. Yep, that's exactly what this is. Oh, I need a fucking light. Duh. I just need one. Thanks. Wow. You were like, oh, is this what I think it is? I don't like this song. Like, okay, damn. Sorry, I'm double checking what I have. Buy some eggs. Just get that out of the way. Alright, I'll go to the next song if it makes you happy. There you go. Do 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 do. Be a major sale. I'm sorry, third word, but my husband dictates my music taste all the time. Ah, itsy bitsy spider free. Alright, we should be good. Let's put these up here. Just to get this big ass box out of here. Oops, excuse me. There we go. This is starting to look more like a grocery store now. Oh, just cakes? Alright, have a good one. How's the store going? Pretty good. It doesn't have a name. I've been mentally calling it Dog Stank, but Wet Dog. It's the name of my grocery store, Wet Dog. Oh. Gonna grab. There we go. Trying to get some of these boxes out of here. Hello? Just some tuna? Sounds good. Have a good one. All right. Milk lover. I see how it is. All right. Have a good one. I got some bread. I can restock the bread. Where'd the bread go? Where's the bread? Oh, it's over here. All right. Howl Goods. Howl Goods is great, actually. I love that. You gonna grab some soap from the dog steak? Soap. There we go. $2.50. Have a good one. Man, we're gonna need more milk here soon. Probably more coffee, too. I thought we were good on coffee, but now that I'm looking, I may have been incorrect. Alright. No, we're good on coffee. Yeah, no, we're good. We're gonna need more milk. Just how things were meant to be. Oh, 17. 17. What were y'all doing when you were 17? Just out of curiosity. All ready for my show. All right. 5-6. Have a good one. Getting underage drunk on UV blues like a fucking animal. You know what? That's somehow less out of pocket than what I was gonna say, so... Or more out of pocket, so good for you. Damn, good thing I bought more milk. Y'all are fucking feral today. Peanut butter's too expensive for you? Get good, girl. See, I was gonna say, at 17, I was too busy trying to get Gore to fuck. I was desperately trying to get Gore to fuck me. It did not work. For a very long time. 520. Have a good one. That man did not want me. For the longest. I can't say I blame him. I was like super underweight and like actually insane. I woke this man up with a knife once. I can't necessarily say I blame him. Alright, there we go. Look, I was not mentally well when we met. I'm doing way better mentally now than I think I ever have been. I was the definition of crazy bitch at one point in my life. Yeah, I actually did watch that movie. I liked it. I probably wouldn't now. But I liked it then. Not ready for my show. Man, you have to do much less restocking if you actually adequately restock before you start your day. Crazy how that works. What do I have? Yeah, it's a dog. It's a movie about a superhero dog. If I recall correctly. Oh, it was nice of you to let her go first. I didn't know y'all had that ability in you. $0.40. I forgot I had the Sonic soundtrack on here. Left my heart in the soul and the last thing. Are you really buying me out of all my toilet paper? You fucking ass. Then I wanna take it away. So I run. Ba-na-na-na. 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 Bum 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 bum. Speed me up. Ooh ooh ooh. So I run. Oh, now that you're Googling it, yeah. I mean, I enjoyed it as a kid, I think. I don't really remember if I liked it or not. I think I did. I watched most dog-related- Jesus Christ, sir. Were you doing alright? Someone in your house sick? Like, fuck. Thank you? God damn. Got a friend in me. Got a lion named Tails. Do you have a best friend named Tails? I wish I did. Tails is such a cute name. I know a girl named Kirby. She was mean to me. Me outing my beef with some random girl. She was like elementary school though, so like I should be over it by now, but I'm not. They say dogs never forget, or you know, whatever it is they say about elephants. I'm changing that for dogs. All right. You grab what you want. You're my last customer. Get out. Damn. Get out of my house. I live here. I might need to get more lights. It's a little dark in here from time to time. Sure, you can take it. You can take the extra 3 cents. I think I'm good. Oh. Ooh, the cleaner. More expensive today. Let's do $7.85. Da 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 da. Okay, what do we need more of? Maybe more flour. More coffee. More cakes. Okay. So we need more coffee. We need more cake. We need to pay our bills. This fucking... And then now we've got new things we can buy. So let's go ahead and add cola. Oops, we don't have enough money. Okay. We'll buy the things that we know for a fact that we need. I know it's cringe. But I don't want to get evicted yet. I can't give the government the satisfaction of evicting me. You know how it is. Alright. We should be good. No, we need more bottled waters. We need 48 more cents, so let's just go ahead and open. And you know what? We're gonna turn off the lights. It's bright enough in here. Actually, no, it's really not. Come get your groceries! I got bills I gotta pay! Thank you! Not giving the government the pleasure of evicting me. Eggs are too expensive. I guess they are kind of pricey. Alright, we'll do 30. I'm doing my best. Drinking my Baja Blast. I feel like I always have a Baja Blast when I'm streaming nowadays. Does this man for real about to buy me out of fucking bread? You ass. Get the fuck out of here. What a fucking asshole. The Baja over water. Usually, yeah. Thank you. Have a good one. Thank you. How was your shopping? Do you need help finding anything? You find everything okay? Good, good, good. Glad to hear it. Jesus fuck. That man bought me out of almost all my bread. What a fucking asshole. Hello. How are you? Have a good one. Alright. We got water. We're just gonna hold on to the water. Damn, he didn't buy anything. It was too expensive, I guess. Shit. Okay. Working on cereal. Wait, but your store's a hole in the wall. If folks can't find what they're looking for, they are legally blind. Look, it's true. But I like to try and be polite about it. Alright. Fucking try our sodas. Maybe. Maybe you would like a Sprite? A Zap soda? Maybe you would. It's $4.15. Maybe you would. Hello? Just one piece of bread? But you need $47 and change, huh? Alright, thank you. Oh my god. I'm about to have to buy more bread, aren't I? Bread is the commodity of the day, huh? Oh boy. Bread, the commodity of the day. Alright, we're gonna just load up the bottom down here with some colas. Set that down right there for a minute. We're gonna sell that at $3.60. Oops. $3.60. There we go. Alright. Oh my god, ma'am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 20. Have a good one. Couldn't find the cheese. Yeah, I don't have any yet. Sorry. 95. Oops, not a 50. 95 cents. Have a good one. Alright, we need toilet paper, cheese. Cheese. So much cheese. Alright. We're gonna take the toilet paper first. Alright. God, there are 3 of the same woman in my store right now. This is not the bread store. It could be. Hi, Kairos. How are you? Didn't find toilet paper. I just restocked it, bitch! Turn around! Oh my god. That fucking dumb. Oops. Take that back. Oh my god, these fucking women. Couldn't find cheese. Oh, wine! I don't have wine yet. Sorry, lady. I have a feeling this needs to be cold. I don't have anywhere I could put it. Oh god, we don't have a fridge. Enjoy your sodas. Have a good one. I bought these things. I don't have anywhere cold to put them. Shit. Okay, 1 second. I need to buy another fridge. I'm going broke. I hope you're well. I'm fucking fighting for my life. Doing as well as I can be. Considering the circumstances, but I hope you're well. Because that's what really matters here. Oh my fucking god! My dog's losing his mind in the background because I'm pretty sure the kitten's out there and he hates her. We're working on it. Okay, just drop the box. We're gonna do 10.35. Okay, we got cheese. Hello. Hi, ma'am. 25 cents. Have a good one. If you'll give me 1 second, sir, I'm gonna fill up this shelf too. And we're just gonna- oh my god, we've got so many boxes in this fucking bitch. It's so disgusting. 8:15. How are you doing, sir? I just put the cheese in the thing! As soon as you walked away from it! Oh my god. Have a good one. So, the anger that comes with working customer service is still here. Good news. The rage that comes with working customer service has not left. In case you were curious. The customer service rage lives on. Whew. Have a good one. There's just like real life. Yeah, there's a little bit of stress here, but we're good. We're good. Restocking, we're good. We aren't closed yet, but we will be soon. Used to be the someone. Used to be the people who weren't used to meeting someone. Was born in 1990. I'm stuck in the door! Sorry. And now I'm turning 30. I'm going to kill my customers. We're out of toilet paper. Yeah, I know, we don't have whiskey. Oh no. Oh my god. $403! The door! Yeah. Oh, God. Our profit was ass. Okay, cereal. That I'm out of touch. $9. 900. I fucking wish I could charge you $900 for cereal. I'm turning. I need peanut butter. 30. I'm turning 30. And my stupid friends are having stupid children. Stupid friends are having stupid children. Stupid friends are having stupid children. Alright, eggs are up. Alright. Ooh, eggs are up. $2.99. Fuck y'all. Pay your bills. Cereal is also up. We did that. What are we looking at bread-wise? This is just like real life. It feels like it. Okay. Flour, oil, pasta. We need more flour. We need more oil. We need more pasta. Alright. We need more flour, need more oil, need more pasta. Milk, water, peanut butter. We're good on water. We're good on milk. We need more peanut butter. Oh, fucking just take me out, why don't you? Okay. We need more peanut butter. Cake, candy, coffee. We're good on cake. We're out of candy. We have got coffee. Y'all want to watch me go broke? Chips, tuna, hand soap. We're good on tuna. We need hand soap. We're good on chips. Okay. Cleaner, shampoo, toilet paper. We just bought toilet paper. It's on the list already. We need more shampoo. Oh. Okay. We're good. We're good. Yeah, truly. Pay your bills. When we were strangers, I would believe I was walking in my sleep. I'm not gonna give myself a medical emergency. We're fine. My heart feels great and better than ever. I don't know how true that is, but I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure my heart's fine right now. It doesn't feel like it's going apeshit, so... This is why I can't have a day job. Y'all are literally watching why I can no longer have a day job. This and my fainting condition. Alright. Close your eyes. You're dreaming and so am I. It feels insincere. Alright, we need toilet paper. Never comes to an end. Why is toilet paper so fucking expensive for 4 rolls? This is the worst. When we were strangers, I would believe I was walking in my sleep. We were strangers when I believed I would wake up from this dream. Alright. I saw that you would tear us apart and take it away. Yeah, this game probably did take place in 2020, honestly, because the way these bitches be buying toilet paper is fucking insanity. It's abhorrent to watch. I need more fucking cereal. I don't think I have enough money for cereal. I don't. Cereal's $66. Why the hell is cereal $66? Get your asses in here. Why is cereal $66 fucking dollars? Alright. Just get in! I've got bills to pay! Yeah, you, come to my store. Come to my store. Get in here. Oh, tramp stamp lady. My health isn't acting up. I'm fine. I promise. Why is there so much trash outside of my store? What the fuck is happening? Yeah, I don't want to pay $40 for my electricity, so y'all are just gonna shop in the dark. The sliced bread is too expensive. What the fuck do you mean? It's fucking $2.50. Broke ass bitch. Oh my god. Have a good one. Nope, not what I wanted. See me grabbing on the duty. She saw me smack on the booty. She said I got too many hoes. You got too many hoes, sir? Have a good one. Just the cheese? Alright. Fucking cheesemonger. Ah, retail. Fucking I hate retail. Come here. Grab some coffee. You know you want to. I've got so much. Alright, why is whiskey... Oh my god, I need more cereal. Why is whiskey $200? Hmm? Chat, do you know why whiskey cost me $200 to stock? I'm gonna need more Sprites. Told me smack her on the booty. You got too many hoes, ma'am? Alright, I need eggs and Sprite. We need eggs and Sprite. How much is the wine? 107! Oh my god. This is ridiculous. Ugh. Do y'all like my pile of boxes in the corner? This feels like going to a Winco after, like, in the middle of the night when they're trying to restock. Alright, you just fucking took that right out of my hands. That's fine. What were you saying? What was too expensive? You poor fucking bitch. Get out of my grocery store if you can't afford it. Alright. Oh, but you can afford- You've got $37 extra dollars. Whatever. Get out of here. This fucking woman. Alright. Alright. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. What happened to that one day I had that was super chill? Look! Don't come into my store complaining that you can't afford shit when I'm all you've got. I sound like Walmart. Come here, come here. I imagine this is how the Walmart CEO sounds. I fucking hate buying groceries. I love to cook. Buying groceries nowadays stresses me the hell out. Okay, Jesus. What are you buying? Bottled water is too expensive for you? Yeah, me too, dude. Fucking, you're not special. I'm also fucking fighting to pay my bills. But again, you're gonna buy fucking- You have so- Take your fucking extra money. That you could have spent here, but chose not to. I see how it is. Whatever, sir. Alright, let's go. 1 second, please. I have to restock your $9 coffee. What is this, Starbucks? Why are y'all buying shit from me? 5, 7, 10. Thank you, sir, for buying my most expensive items. Have a good one. Have a good one. You couldn't find wine. I know. I'm buying it. I'm buying wine. Chill out. Does wine go on the counter? Where does wine go? Counter. Alright, there we go. Wine, just for you. Thank you. Have a good one. Just eggs. 10, 5, 6, 7. Have a good one. What are you getting, sir? Just eggs. 103. Have a good one. Peach, should these people eat cereal for dinner? It's what I do! They don't spend enough money. I eat cereal for dinner. I gotta turn on the lights now. I gotta pay my electricity bill. Alright, lights on. Hello? Have a good one. Ooh, we're almost out of chips. Damn. 50, 1, 2, 3, 4. Have a good one. Thank you for the pet. A paper pedestal just to look down at others from? True. I'm glad Gore gets it. Alright. Just buy me out of peanut butter, why don't you? Look, all y'all wanted this wine so bad, but when I get the wine, who buys it? No one. This is ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. You guys are all liars, is what you are. I gotta get rid of these boxes, y'all. Alright. Have a good one. Bottled water is too expensive for me. Yeah, you and everybody else, apparently. But you're gonna buy my most expensive items. You bought all the toilet paper! You dumb bitch. She said, I can't find any toilet paper. Yeah, because you fucking bought it all. 1 second, please. Gotta restock the toilet paper. You know how it is. What product am I selling? It's the wine. I'm selling the wine. I didn't put a price on the wine. My dumbass. We're doing $25.50 for the whiskey. How much am I charging y'all for the wine? Because you just grabbed so much of it, and you're gonna buy it all for $9. I hate myself. I forgot to set a price on the fucking wine, and now this bitch is gonna buy me out of wine because she's getting it for a fucking steal. Oh, you couldn't find any toilet paper? This fucking alcoholic. Dude, you can't find any fucking toilet paper because these bitches out here apparently have the stinkiest asses known to man. What the fuck? Yeah, she probably does wipe from back to front. God, I am not doing good. I need to up the price of water. Oh my god, we're almost out of milk. Alright, we're doing water at $3.45. Alright, we're almost out of milk. Oh, let's pay our bills first. Alright. Alright, we need water. Flowers up on price too. Gore brought me food, and I've been so locked in, I have not even looked at it. Do $9.50 for the flour. Okay. Can I restock anything? No. Nobody brought any shampoo. 1 thing of flour. Peanut butter. Food? Yeah, thanks. Alright, any more peanut butter? What do I need? More peanut butter? I don't need more water. I need more milk. That's what it is. What'd I add? I don't need more water. I need more milk. I need more peanut butter. I need more chips. I need more wine. How are we doing on cheese? Probably need more of that cheese. Did I already add more toilet paper? Okay, I need more toilet paper. And this cheese. In your life. We'll just do that for now. For me. Make it like a store theme where you bring your own light source. Yeah, you bring your own flashlight and everything will be so much fun. It'll be way more fun that way. Bring a headlamp. Alright, we need more chips. Don't question the weird way I stack displays. It was organized until these bitches started treating me the way they did. Now I'm making them run everywhere to grab what they need. Alright. Restock with milk. We need more wine. It's fine. It's fine. I need more cleaner. Shit. Okay. So I need more cleaner. What else do I need more of? We should be good. I'll probably need more bread. But it's fine, 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 it's fine. We're open? We're open. Alright, I'm gonna actually, like, try some of this food that I was brought forever ago. Oh god, it's fucking congealed. Ew. The hottest in the street. No, you probably heard of me. Better music. That's good. It's just spaghetti, but it's good. Thank you so much. Have a good day. What are you getting? Hand soap? Thank you so much. Have a good day. Oh, fuck. Heartbeat. Alright. We're just gonna stack the shelf more cleaner. Do. And we're gonna wait until we have enough money to buy more wine. I think I should, just go ahead and run my whole shebang off oil lanterns. I think it'll be cheaper. More entertaining for the kids. Oh, you're buying me out of wine. Thanks for that. Alright. 1 second. 1 second, I gotta restock. Alright. Hello, madam. You find everything okay? Oil lanterns would be a super cool aesthetic. It would be. I think so, at least. Oh, God. $41! It feels like you're robbing me. I know you're not, but it feels like you are. Do. Hello. Oh, all right. Alcoholic and shampoo for the head of hair you don't have. Are you drunk right now, sir? Thank you kindly. I think that man was drunk. He just came in here, bought a shit ton of alcohol, and then shampoo, and he doesn't have hair. I need more bread. Quickly. We must be quick about it. These bitches love to buy things in bulk. What am I, a Sam's Club? No, I'm a tiny mom and pop shop. Do I have to start putting limits on how much food y'all can take? We need candy, too. Thank you, sir. Have a good day. Oh, God. I hear the secrets that you keep when you're talking in your sleep. Oil lanterns are nice. We should get some for the house. I don't really know where we'll put them. Put them in the bedroom somewhere. 3 things of wine, some chips. You have a date tonight, perhaps? Okay. This feels good. I feel like... we need more cheese. I feel like almost everything's like perfectly stocked, though. This feels nice. It's expensive-ass cheese. I don't think anybody's complained yet. If they have, I just haven't noticed. We're almost out of Jack Daniels. But that's okay. It's alright. I agree, honestly. Bring back candle lighting. You bought me out of all my soda. You fucking... I swear to God. I swear to God, I'm gonna... Timothy, when I get you... I'm gonna make it look like a fucking accident. The hell, Tim? Buy me out all my soda and then be like, oh, you're out of soda. Yeah, wonder why. Wonder why. Anyways. Yeah, those boxes come with a lot of soda. Does the store have any sweet tea? No. It doesn't. Like, it genuinely doesn't. I don't know why. Alright. Do we need more candy? I think we might need more candy. We don't. I'm just stupid. Cool. Okay, we're gonna need more toilet paper because somebody decided to buy me out of all of my toilet paper. Have a good one. Alright, we need more toilet paper. Shit. Don't yell at me. I'm working on it. Alright. Alright. Good purchases. Have a good day. Hand soap. Very nice. I feel like barely anybody's bought hand soap today. Dirty fuckers. Alright. So much flour. But that's okay with me. Have a good one. Can get rid of this box. Huh. Hello. Hand soap indeed. Thank you. Have a good one. Peanut butter? Absolutely can. Cool, thank you. Hello? Hope you're having a good day. I'm having a fantastic day myself. Have a good one, sir. What's the most expensive thing you can purchase here? The wine's $22. Probably the toilet paper, it's $32. Oh, we're getting more chips here soon. We are almost out of chips. Are we almost out of hand soap too? Yes, we are. So, let's see. Chips, hand soap. Oh, they're already closed. That's okay. We'll get that for tomorrow. I like that there's a button here, which implies that I can get robbed. Just nobody's been brave enough to try it yet, I guess. Probably because I've been sitting here rambling to myself like a psychopath. And then we also need more fucking whiskey. What if they're just buying their hand soap from somewhere else? I don't trust it. Oh, getting robbed's coming in an update? I'm so excited. Oil. Damn. And cheese. Not that cheese. This cheese? Yeah. 85. We need more of that cheese too. And milk. Okay. Tears coming down at the party. Saddest little baby in the room. Tears from the tears, don't get me started. Okay. Hup. Alright. Doors aren't meant to bend. Dev plans to add stuff like that. The dev scares me. I don't want to get robbed. As much as chat wants to watch me get robbed. I don't want to get robbed. Alright. Let's see. Jack Daniels. Restock for the alcoholics. Is there anything left in this box? Oh, there's one. Okay. And then we got... I bought two. I bought 2 things of... My dumb ass! Nobody robs hot women. They just say, show me the boobs. I do that anyways. I do that for free. You don't gotta rob me to get me to show you tits. You just gotta ask and be polite. I'm easy. Oh, I needed more pasta. That's what I needed. Is the bread fully stocked? No. Okay. Gore, we were literally just talking about that. You can get robbed in the update, probably, but not in this game currently, no. Gore, you gotta pay attention. Alright. I need more pasta. Strip clubs and dollar bills. Oh, I also need more shampoo. Do I have shampoo? No. The world go round. I'm watching a wild bunny, that's true. Is she being extra wild today? I believe it, honestly. Alright. All I see is signs, all I see is dollar signs. Alright. She's pooped twice? Oh, good for her. Get it, girl. Alright. The hell is that? Oh, okay. Let's just add extra alcohol up here next to the coffee. Because I feel like coffee drinkers and alcoholics are like the same. Okay, there we go. Imagine seeing boobs. Look, you want to? You wanna? I'm gonna get myself banned off Twitch. Alright, we should be good. Look, you'd be surprised about who would say no to boobs. Alright. Come on in! If I ever say no to boobs, that is an imposter. Same, honestly. I always forget my chat. Peanut butter's too expensive. Damn. I always forget my chat is like 100% men. Until like I'm on YouTube and I'm looking at my analytics and it's like 100% male and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I'm like, alright, boobs. Alright, let's do 65. Every time I remember that my analytics are like all male viewers, I'm like, oh yeah, I have boobs. I get it. Not a single lesbian though, which I am a little hurt about. Am I not good enough for the lesbians? Bitch, how many eggs do you need? That is true. I did post my ass on Twitter a couple times. Probably shouldn't have done that if I didn't want all male viewership. You make a good point. Burp, 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 burp. Big Dog Gaming for the win! Welcome to the Dog Pound. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much for the follow. Alright, 2035. Have a good one. And when I caught myself, I should have stopped myself. I ate like 6 eggs at a time. Jesus! Okay, I gotta buy more eggs. These bitches be eating eggs like crazy today. What the hell's going on? I would have never thought of you. Well, now you gotta wait because you fucking ran me out of eggs. And I don't know what I want. Eggs and alcohol. And oil? Damn. I need you to know, when I worked as an actual, like, cashier, I was not this judgmental. I just want to make that known right now. I really didn't care what the fuck you bought, as long as you did not spend an hour and a half in my line. Okay. We need more, good cheese. Alright. Excuse me, ma'am. I should have never thought. Alright. I want to watch Twilight again. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm listening to Paramore right now, but my brain's like, ooh, watch Twilight. I need to get Art of Tragedy doing the baseball thing from Twilight. I figured out why all the women in this game buy toilet paper. They be eating Taco Bell and shitting. Me before stream, truly. I'm literally drinking my Baja Blast right now. Alright. Thank you so much. Having a good one? Glad to hear it. Thank you. Have a good one. Thanks for coming. Okay. Don't fuck with me. I've got the power of God and anime on my side. Oh my god, Big Dog Gaming, thank you so much for the raid. How are you? Oh, the Claw Shot Kid. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Dog Pound. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much for the raid. Y'all were also playing Supermarket Simulator. Hell yeah. I'm trying to see if I can, like, fully, like, beat the demo all in one. I think I am. I think I'm successful in that. But I hope you had a good stream. Thank you so much for the raid. Also, hello, raiders. My name is Tragedy, but everybody just calls me Peach. I am your local cottagecore. I'm dumb. I used to be cottagecore. I am now a cyberpunk dog VTuber. I am a variety streamer who pretty much will play anything I can get my grubby little paws on. But today's interest is this game. Though usually I play games like Elden Ring, Hades, that kind of stuff. So if you're into that, feel free to stick around. Oh, God. I gotta put that down. Peach leaked back into existence. She always does, man. Every time I do my intro right now, she keeps leaking back in. I don't know why. Oh, the Fluffy Tanuki. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Dog Pound. I hope you're having a great day. Oh, sorry. I'm like trying to like, can't find any Zap soda. Fuck! We're out of soda! I was doing such a good job. Thank you for the pet. Country girls make dog girls remember every time. I literally cannot introduce myself without accidentally slipping back into cow mode. I wish. Soda is bad for you, but I'm drinking a Baja Blast right now, so I obviously don't care about my health. Alright. Damn! 4 things of Jack Daniels, man. You better be working at the local bar and they ran out. Alright, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 50. Have a good one. Whew. They be keeping me running. I am, like, losing my shit. But I hope you had a good stream. I am so sorry I am so chaotic right now. I ran out of cakes. We're out of cakes. Oh no, we're out of cakes. Oh god, we're out of cakes. Oh god, no. Cake. I love games that cause me immeasurable amounts of stress. I forgot about that image until y'all said that quote. It was literally okay. With my old model, I was a cowgirl. I was a cowgirl. That was like the meme made about me all the time. Was country girls make do. I know a lot of y'all. Oh, we're out of oil. Okay, I know a lot of y'all weren't around for that era. A lot of y'all are newer to the channel, which is fine. I appreciate it. But yeah, that was like the thing. We're out of oil. You know, I felt like we were doing so good and then something happened. I don't know what happened. I didn't buy it. It's too late now. Alright. Yeah, I became known as the corn girl. Like, people on Twitter knew me as the corn girl. I was like, I have to rebrand. This is ridiculous. I had strangers coming up to me and asking me if I was... That's fine. And asking me if I was the corn girl. I couldn't handle it. You need another Ducky and Peach go shopping on Amazon? Oh, she'd probably do it with me. Any more wine, more flour. Alright. Every time somebody saw corn, they just went, oh, it's Peach. Yeah, pretty much. It was a little ridiculous at one point. Okay. It got to be a little much at one point, I think. So, you know, things had to change. on through this. I think these are full. Nope, they weren't. Okay. So yeah, we needed a restart. Okay, so we're good on eggs, cereal, bread, flour, oil. Pasta, always get more milk. I think we're good on peanut butter. Yeah, we're good on peanut butter. Cake, we just refilled. Candy, more coffee. Good on chips. Pretty sure we're good on tuna. Yeah, we need more hand soap though. Cleaner, shampoo. Cleaner, we need more of. We're good on the cheese. Like probably due for more soda. And we need more wine. Goddamn. All right. Yeah, no, it was a mess. Oh, all my shit fell over. Damn. All right, restock that. We'll put milk down here. You wouldn't survive in the asylum I grew up in. Looks at all the corn memes. It's so fucking true, though. It's like a nightmare. I was living a nightmare every day. Everybody thought I fucked corn. I mean, I think this might be a worse nightmare. Now everybody just says I fuck dogs. Oh, shit. I don't have anywhere to put this. Alright, I guess it's going down here. So, I don't know. Which one's worse? Both are pretty rough. Okay. And soap. Is fucking dogs a downgrade or an upgrade? I don't really know. I think both are rough. I think both are pretty rough. I really don't think there was a way for me to win here. Unfortunately. Alright. Well, now I can afford the fucking electric bill, so. Okay, so I think, yeah, I've fully upgraded everything that I can upgrade. Fuck it, I'll just add a big fridge, because I've got the money. I've got the money, might as well just make some stuff that I can put everything else on. Is this a big fridge? Sure is. Just slam that there. Fully load it. Is there anything else here that goes in the fridge? No. Okay, everything else here can go on this. Alright. Cool. Yeah, it probably is a downgrade, honestly. But who even knows at this point? This is just where all the extras going. This is my extra shelf. When we got extra product and we don't know where to put it, goes on the extra shelf. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I got stuck. Alright, all the extras on the extra shelf. Look at that. Gorge. Hey, you know what? Fuck it. Let's buy a whole nother thing of soda too, just to really make sure we don't run out. You know what I mean? Go ahead and get that door open. Get some of that cola flowing, baby. Very nice. I jumped a whole type of life from plants to organic. I didn't ask for either of these things, however. So... none of it was done on purpose. Oh, my fucking cheeks hurt. No, I want some soda. That's fair. Oh, this is probably gonna be my last round. Because, my ass hurts. I've been sitting here for too long. I opened, right? Okay, I did open. I was like, where are all my customers? They gave me the first hour to do what I needed to do. What if I didn't want to accept my fate? What if? What if I didn't want to? Why does this have to be my fate? You know what I think I'm also gonna do? I think I'm gonna go ahead and just buy toilet paper and coffee. Just to make sure we have enough. Excuse me. I just want to make sure we have enough. Because I know these bitches be buying shit in bulk. Okay, I'll take this out in a minute. Hello? Buying yourself some soda, I see. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for the egg money. Alright, there we go. You have to take that up with God. I don't want to. I feel like I've been betrayed. 1 cent, there you go. Oh, the twins are here. We need more flour. We need more flour. Hello, sir. How are you? Thank you for having exact change. You make my restocking life so much easier. Alright. I'll be right with you, sir. Alright, here we go. Thank you so much. 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Wow, lot of stuff. 65. Have a good day, sir. Oh, a lot of milk. Have a good day, sir. All right, have a good day. 25, 35, have a good day. Buy more cereal. Pick your poison, tell me what you're doing. A lot of people with the same face at the same time gotta be triplets. They could be, they could be. You make a good point. Hadn't really given it much thought, but they could be. Alright. Alright. It's a good thing I bought extra soda. Alright. Hello, ma'am. $1.20 for you. Have a good one. Damn, I'm gonna have to buy some more Jack Daniels. Hello, Jack Daniels and tuna? Alright, have a good one. Gotta buy more whiskey. Whiskey's expensive as hell. No way, there are another bucket-headed hoes. No way. No way. No way, be the last one out to get this dope. No way, bucket-headed hoes. You grabbed 4? Fucking psychopath. Alright, well... Jesus. Hello, ma'am? How are you doing today? Hopefully good. I need more bread. 103, have a good day. The fuck up out my way, bitch. Ugh. Okay. Peanut butter. Alright, and we got, what's this? Bread. Thank you, kindly. Hello. Your change is gonna be 660. Thank you so much. I need to go grab this toilet paper out here. Oh my goodness. Ugh. And we're just gonna stack. There we go. Beauty. We love having a beautifully... Oh, hello. Your total is gonna be 3065. Your change is gonna be 1935. Have a good day. Hello, 3 things of coffee. That's gonna be 2760. Alright. There we go. Have a good day. I hope y'all like me. I do not like the way the toilet paper stacks. Yeah, I don't really care for it much either. Is this box empty? No, this one is. 1 second, please. Hello? Your total is going to be 1580. Oh my god. 3420. Have a good day. Let's go put the rest of this bread out. Hello, sir. How are you? Oh, we're almost out of pasta. It's gonna be 23.45. Thank you. Exact change. 1 moment, please. I'll be right with you. I gotta buy some pasta. Make sure we don't run low. Can't have y'all complaining at me now, can I? Alright. Perfect timing, it seems. Your total is gonna be 140.85. Alright. 915. Have a great day. Thank you. Alright, your total is gonna be 1010. Alright, thank you so much. Have a great day. Fucking peanut butter? Yeah, peanut butter. Alright, hopefully everybody is able to find what they need. We're not out of anything. Hello, thank you so much. It's gonna be 4805. Have a good one. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, we're out of cheese. Hopefully nobody wants that. 46.55 is gonna be your total. Thank you so much. 1 moment, please. Yes, ma'am, I see you. Just 1 moment, please. Do you like the way I'm just, like, role-playing? I didn't buy it. I thought I bought it. Alright, thank you so much. 1 moment, please, ma'am. I just realized we are out of cheese. We can't have that. Alright. Thank you so much, ma'am. Your total's gonna be 43.70. You have a great day. Thank you so much. It's gonna be 920. Oh, you were just trying to break a 100. I get it. I get it. Have a good day, ma'am. Thank you so much. Alright. Ma'am, you're the last customer of the day. If you wouldn't mind, quickly making your selections. Thank you so much. 1440 is gonna be your total. Alright, there you go. You have a great day. Alright. Yeah, you gotta get 100% into character. I didn't make a profit today, but I didn't really think I was going to be honest, so... Damn, we were almost out of coffee. That would have been... Oh, no, we weren't. We're fine on the coffee front, actually. Alright. I think I'm done for now, just because that's as much of the game as I can play. Until I get the full game. Which, I don't even know if the full game's out. Hold on, let's see. I don't think it is, but it could be. Go ahead and pay our bills. Oh, 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 oh. Rat bastard, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Dog Pound. I hope you're having a great day. Yeah, so the game's in early access right now. Though it looks like there's a full game, actually. Yeah, there sure is, actually. There is a full game. Alright, well then I actually had a really good time, so I might buy the full game. And play it. But if I do that, I'll do it later. Ugh, I need to go rest. I am very sleepy. But don't go anywhere. Oh, Jesus. You enjoy all that shit y'all got to see for a split second there? It's back. Don't go anywhere though, because I do want to do a raid. I will say I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow or the day after. Those are my days off. However, TikToks are still going to be going up. Shorts are still going to be going up. This YouTube video from today's VOD, so if you missed the VOD, you can catch that on my YouTube channel. That'll be up tomorrow. Nothing crazy. Ooh. That was a spoiler for who I'm going to raid. But we're going to be raiding my friend Boo. They're having a Grippy Gala. And I love Boo dearly. And she's there with her partner Basil. They are doing a gala right now, which is super fun, super cute. So we're going to do that together. Thank you guys for coming. I will see you all again on Thursday. Thursday I'll be back streaming. And I'm actually thinking of picking up another game. Maybe Lies of P, maybe Dark Souls. I don't know. I kind of miss doing Soulsborne games. We might jump back into Hades because I'm going to apply for the Hades early access when it's out. And I need to remember how to play again. So we might play some Hades with the hopes that when Hades 2 early access comes out, we can be a part of it. I don't know. I'll know more for sure closer to Thursday. But thank you guys for coming. I had a good time being a grocery lady with you. And I will see you all on Thursday. Okay? Mwah! Y'all be good. Behave in Boo's chat. If Boo comes and tells me that y'all didn't behave, I'm gonna get you. Do you understand me? Good. All right. Bye. Have a good one.